You have probably tried everything: a new pillow, a white noise machine, melatonin at 10 o'clock, and still you wake up at 2 in the morning, stare at the ceiling, and start cycling through your to-do list. You drag yourself back to sleep 20 minutes before the alarm goes off, and then you spend the whole day paying for it. Sleep advice almost never talks about the room itself, not what you do before bed, what you have actually put inside your bedroom. Scandinavians sleep deeply, and they wake up without the fog, not because their lives are simpler or quieter, because they have made a clear decision about what the bedroom is for, and they have held that line for a long time. They have removed everything that does not belong there, and they do it without making a big thing of it. Before we count down all 12, I will tell you that number 1 might genuinely change how you think about sharing a bed. It is something almost every couple in the Western world does without question, and Scandinavians stopped doing it a long time ago. Let us start the count. Number 12, work belongings. A laptop on the nightstand, a notebook with tomorrow's meeting notes, a work bag propped against the wall that you will grab in the morning. These seem harmless sitting there. They are just objects, but your brain does not read them as neutral objects. It reads them as unfinished business. Every time you glance at the laptop before you close your eyes, your nervous system registers an open task. That signal is small, but it is enough to keep you a fraction too alert to fall into real sleep. In Nordic homes, work things live at a desk, in a bag near the front door, or in another room entirely. The bedroom is where work ends, not where it waits. That boundary is not a dramatic rule. It is just a habit they have never questioned, because the alternative never made sense to them. Number 11, a television. Walk into most Western bedrooms, and there is a flat screen mounted on the wall across from the bed. It has become almost standard. In Scandinavian homes, the bedroom television is genuinely unusual, not because people there do not watch things, but because they do not mix watching with sleeping. Those are two different activities, and they keep them separate. The blue light shifts your body clock. The content keeps your brain active. The habit of falling asleep to something playing trains your mind to need outside stimulus before it will allow sleep at all. Over time, you cannot rest in silence anymore. You need the television on. That dependency deepens, and the quality of sleep falls with it. In the Nordic household, if you want to watch something in the evening, you do it in the living room. Then you walk to the bedroom to sleep. 2 separate rooms, 2 separate purposes, no negotiation needed. Number 10, clutter. This one connects to something called dostadning, the Swedish practice of clearing out what does not belong. It is often described as decluttering, but the deeper idea is simply keeping your spaces honest. Only what genuinely belongs in a room gets to stay there. A pile of clothes on the chair in the corner, bags moved in temporarily months ago and never moved back out, books on the floor, mugs, random items accumulating because dealing with them feels like a task for another day. Your brain processes all of this even when you think you are relaxing. Visual noise raises your baseline tension in a way that is hard to notice until it is gone. The calm Scandinavian bedroom is easy to look at because a calm room is easier to sleep in. Not a showroom, just honest about what belongs. Number 9, bright overhead lighting. Most Western bedrooms have a central ceiling light. You come in, flip it on, go about your evening routine, and flip it off when you get into bed. And without realizing it, you have been sending your body the wrong signal all along. Strong overhead light in the evening suppresses melatonin production. Your body reads the bright ceiling light as afternoon, not 10 o'clock at night. Scandinavians layer their lighting instead. A soft bedside lamp, a low floor lamp in the corner. In winter, candles placed around the room, which bring the light down to something warm and dim that your body actually responds to. The overhead light rarely comes on after dinner. Pay attention to what you are turning on after 8 in the evening. The lighting in your bedroom is information. You are the one sending it, and you can change it tonight. Number 8, synthetic bedding. Polyester sheets feel fine when you first get into bed. Smooth, clean, fine. But about an hour into the night, they trap heat, stop breathing, and your core temperature starts to climb. You kick the covers off, you half wake, you spend the next few hours chasing a comfortable temperature that never quite settles. Scandinavians default to natural fibers. Linen, which regulates temperature better than almost any other material and gets softer with every wash. Wool duvets, warm but genuinely breathable. Cotton that does not hold heat the way synthetics do. These are not luxury purchases in Nordic homes. They are just what bedding is made of. You can shift gradually, replacing things as they wear out, but the first night you sleep under natural fiber bedding, you notice it. Most people wonder why they did not switch sooner. Number 7, harsh alarm sounds. There is a specific kind of misery in being jolted out of sleep by a blaring alarm clock. Your heart rate spikes, cortisol floods your system, and you have started the day in a low-level panic before your feet have touched the floor. That stress does not disappear when you drink your coffee. It follows you into the morning. Nordic households have largely moved to wake-up light alarms, simple devices that gradually brighten over 20 to 30 minutes before your target wake time. Your body rises with the light rather than being yanked out by sound. In summer, when the Scandinavian dawn comes very early, many people leave their curtains thin enough to let morning light come in naturally and do the same job. You rise in a wave instead of a jolt. The rest of the day starts from a different place. Number 6, strong artificial scents. Synthetic air fresheners, plug-in fragrance diffusers, heavily scented candles made from paraffin and artificial fragrance compounds. These are common in Western bedrooms, and they disturb sleep in ways most people never connect back to the products. Many synthetic fragrance compounds are mild irritants. They raise baseline cortisol slightly, they can affect breathing quality through the night, and they sit in the air in a way that natural scent, or no scent, simply does not. Scandinavians tend to prefer a natural beeswax or soy candle used early in the evening and then put out before bed, or nothing at all. A cracked window letting cool night air into the room is the ideal. The Nordic bedroom smells like wool and clean linen, or like nothing. And that is not a lack. That is the goal. Number 5, too many decorative pillows. This seems too small to matter, but it adds up in a way that is hard to see until you change it. 10 or 12 throw pillows on a bed means 10 or 12 things to move every night. 10 or 12 things piled onto a chair or tossed on the floor. 10 or 12 objects that serve no function beyond looking a certain way for the 30 seconds before you fall into bed. It is friction built into the simplest ritual of the day, and friction compounds. Scandinavian beds are functional. 2 pillows, maybe 3, good ones, and that is it. The bed takes 30 seconds to make in the morning. There is nothing to clear before you get in at night. Small daily frictions accumulate into a low resistance you never quite notice, and then you remove them, and the room just starts to feel like somewhere your body wants to rest. Number 4, food and drinks. A glass of water on the nightstand is fine, but the snack drawer? The habit of eating in bed while watching something. The leftover mug that stays because you will move it tomorrow. These are quietly doing damage to your sleep in a way that is not about the food itself. Your brain builds strong associations with rooms. If the bedroom is the place where you eat, scroll, work, watch television, and sometimes sleep, it becomes a general-purpose room, and sleep is just one of many activities that happen there. The cue to sleep weakens over time. Scandinavians keep eating in the kitchen and relaxing in the living room. The bedroom is where you sleep. That association, kept clean over years, means the moment you get into bed, your body already knows what comes next. You do not have to convince it. Number 3. Exercise equipment. A stationary bike pushed into the corner, weights stacked against the wall, resistance bands hanging from the door handle. These are not neutral objects sitting there. They carry an obligation with them. Every time you see them, your brain registers either guilt about not using them or a low-level alert that this is a space where effort happens. Neither of those is the state you want your bedroom to produce. The Nordic concept of friluftsliv treats movement as something that belongs outside, woven into daily life, not compressed into a corner of the room where you sleep. A walk through pine forest, a morning cycle through the rain, a swim in a cold lake. Exercise is not something Scandinavians bring indoors into the bedroom. Even if you work out at home, the equipment lives somewhere else. Your bedroom is a recovery space, and keeping it that way matters more than having the bike 2 steps from the bed. Number 2, multiple devices and charging cables. Not just your phone. The smartwatch charging on its cradle, a tablet propped up against the lamp, earbuds in their case on the nightstand. Every additional device is a tether, a screen that can light up, a notification that can arrive at midnight, a low background hum of connectivity that never fully goes quiet, even when the screen is dark. Scandinavians who sleep well tend to charge their devices in another room. If you use your phone as an alarm, they would suggest a simple bedside alarm clock instead, which costs almost nothing, does exactly one job, and does not carry the internet into your bedroom with it. The quieter and darker the bedroom, the faster the nervous system settles. You do not have to go completely off the grid, but every device you remove from the room is one less reason for your brain to stay switched on. And number 1, sharing a single duvet. This one genuinely surprises people from outside Scandinavia, but it is deeply embedded in Nordic bedroom culture, and the logic behind it is hard to argue with once you hear it. In Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish homes, couples do not share one large duvet. Each person has their own. The reason is straightforward. You and your partner do not have the same body temperature. You do not move through the night in the same patterns. When you share one duvet, one of you is always too warm or too cool, and one of you is always pulling it back and disturbing the other in small ways that fragment sleep without either person fully waking up to notice. You spend the night in a quiet, low-level tug-of-war with the bedding, and you wake up tired without knowing exactly why. With 2 individual duvets, that disappears. You each regulate your own temperature. You each move freely through the night. You stop waking each other in the small ways that add up across 8 hours. Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish couples have done this for generations. It is not a statement about anything except sleep. It is just what works. If you share a bed and neither of you sleep as well as you could, try 2 duvets for 2 weeks. The idea of going back to sharing one will feel genuinely strange. The bedroom has one job, and Scandinavians have always known to protect it. Once you start clearing out what does not belong there, rest stops feeling like something you have to earn and starts feeling like something that just happens. If you want more of that kind of calm, subscribe. There is a lot more Nordic living to come.